YouTube modeling community. It's a lazy-eyed modeler here in the Woody Workshop. I looked at my last upload and I can't believe it's been a month already. Sorry for the gap in time. As you know, this time of year things get warm, you start working in the yard and other things come up, so it's been a little while, but it's time for an update. Another edition of Toss the Sprue. First is mail call. I've been meaning to show these cards that I got from the people involved. They got buried in the mail table type of thing, and it's taken me a while to get these. I apologize to the people that sent these, but let's get to it. First is a card from my friend Pat Redmond. Very cool card with his builds and the picture of him while he's taking pictures at the Detroit On Modeler shows. Thank you, Pat. Appreciate that very much. Dog, Randy, thank you very much. Appreciate that card. I love Mustangs. I had one briefly, and we won't get into that, but very cool card. Love your card. We have Life After Work. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that, Solomon. Great card. Thanks for sending that along to me. And we have from Charlie Mack, his card. Very cool. Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate that. It'll go with all the others that I've received, and it's much appreciated. Let's get to upcoming shows. I'll show this flyer, which is the TORCAN scale model show. Now that's already happened, but we're going to discuss it later, so I just thought I'd hold the flyer up. I'm leaning this way so that things don't screw up the camera, I hope. On the 22nd, the Southwestern Scale Model Expo in London, Ontario, put on by IPMS London. It's a new, well, I don't know if it's a new show. I think it's, I better not say anything. I might be screwing up my shows. But anyway, September 22nd, if you're down in that area, go check it out. Also on the 22nd is the Ottawa Car Modelers contest in Ottawa, Ontario. Hopefully Steve Minion will pipe in and comment on that one. So if you're on that side of the province, that might be a good show if you're a car modeler to go to. We have two different flyers for Group 25's contest. This one is all schmucked up, but it's the newer artwork. But we'll use this cleaner one. So September 29th, this show is on in Toronto, Ontario, in Etobicoke. Good show. Usually a good vendor's room for us car guys. Their theme is T's and A's, Model T's and Model A's. I should be working on something for that, considering my love of Model A's. But anyway, that's coming up on the 29th. Of course, if you're down in the New Jersey, New York area, Diversified Scalers is having their contest on September 29th as well at the Powell Building in Wayne, New Jersey, the same location as the NNL East. So if you're in that area, you might want to check that out. The NNL Nationals in Toledo or Sylvania, Ohio is, what's the date? Saturday, October 6th. So you may want to check that one out. And there's a contest on October 14th in Quebec, in Charlesbourg, Quebec. L'Exposition Amicale des Modèles Réduits. So that's coming up. Okay, back to TORCAN. I attended TORCAN on Saturday, May 26th. Was lucky enough to meet up with Steve Minion and his wife. We had a lot of chance to hang out together, which was great fun. We went out to lunch together, even though it was just kind of a counter lunch at a Tim Hortons and a gas station, but we still had a good lunch. It's always great when you can get together with fellow, YouTubers and whatnot. And I really enjoyed our time together. I kind of lost track of them at the end of the day. I left early, about 2:30. But anyway, thanks Steve and Ann. I appreciated the time we spent together, and I certainly enjoyed your company. I also got to see a friend from New Brunswick, Paul Coulterman, made the trip down. He lives in New Brunswick now, but is originally from Ontario, so he got to visit family and then attend the show. I got to chat with him for a bit, but unfortunately didn't get to reconnect later in the day, so I was sorry I didn't get to see him again. And one of the neatest things is um, before I retired, I drove for our facility. I was a transportation driver for our facility, and I had somebody out with me, and we got talking, and the subject of my retirement came up, and I guess she said, "Well, what are you going to do for your retirement?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I build models, and believe it or not, type of thing, because most people really." But she was right into it because her significant other, um, he builds models too. He's into armor and the weathering and all that type of stuff. So the poor third person that was with us had to listen to us for, better part of an hour on the drive to the location, then some again back, just to John about models and model building and all that. Well, the neat thing was, I was talking to somebody in the hallway at TORCAN, and I think I recognize that person. So I went over to the young lady and said, "Hi," and "Oh, hi, how are you?" It was this young lady, and her significant other, Simon, had made it out to the show, and that was a great thing. And we chatted for a while, and then later, just as I was about to leave, I ran into both of them, so I got to meet Simon, and that was really cool. He showed me some of his purchases, and I was just happy to see somebody that hadn't been coming out to shows that was now out at this show, and they were planning. I think this coming weekend there's an AMP show in Oshawa, Ontario, and they're going to that. I think that's really cool, and I was happy if you guys see that. I was happy to see both of you, Simon and Anna, and I hope you had a good time, and I hope you continue to be able to uh, enjoy the shows. So let's see how this is getting long. I'm just going to do a quick recap of what I got at TORCAN, and then in a separate video we'll do a slideshow. I just got a small amount. I just got some of the cars and some of the sci-fi. I didn't get any armor or planes, and there were some beautiful builds there, but I just didn't get to it before they closed the room for judging. Okay, we've had a gap in time here. I don't know whether it's the camera, the software, the computer, but I can't seem to get through a whole video without it starting to jerk and jump and stop. And so we were I was just going to show you what I picked up at the contest at TORCAN. One of the first things is a bag of people, a bag of figures, 124 scale or G scale, meant for mainly model railroading and whatnot, but certainly works in the scale that us car builders normally work with. I think it's rattle, 6 figures, and it came out to a couple bucks a piece. So I was happy to get that from a vendor that has a brick and mortar store. I got this from Daly's Hobbies. It's the deluxe decal pack of Coca-Cola liveries through the 50s, 60s, and 70s. I have an idea for a model that I can use these with. I picked up at a vendor who was anxious to get rid of these, so I picked them up for a really good price. Pegasus wheels. So I have 2 sets. Okay. I have 2 sets of the Hella Chrome. I have 2 sets of the Chrome tees. And what you see marked as the price is not what I paid. I paid significantly less. DZ Chromes. So I'm going to have to come up with a lowrider. I think I know where that's going. 23-inch Lightning wheels. And Chrome Volante wheels. So I picked all these up for a very good price. I wasn't seeking to pick them all up, but he made me an offer that I couldn't refuse. So we went with that. And I think I tried to have everything out here. I think that's it. Now I did buy a couple draw tickets. And the first drawing they did, was lucky enough to win this Revell Willie's Drag Coupe. That was donated by Carefree Hobbies. And on the second drawing, I was lucky enough to win this Snap Tight Ferrari Enzo. And that was donated by Daily Hobbies. So thanks to both of those shops for sponsoring TORCAN and donating product for the draw prizes. And I think that's about it for this update. We are working on the muscular dystrophy group build, although that doesn't look like much. That's the chassis for the Plymouth GTX. So it's pretty much ready to go for paint. I think just a little more cleanup and get stuff ready. And I think that's it for now. Please stay tuned. I'll be posting the pics that I did take from TORCAN. I'll also be answering a couple of questions from the community. So stay tuned for those videos, and we'll call that it for now. And we'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye now.